Welcome, traveler of time, to the heart of Riyadh, where the pulse of a nation's history beats strong. You stand before the National Museum of Saudi Arabia, a sanctuary of stories nestled within the King Abdulaziz Historical Center. This is not merely a building of stone and glass, but a vessel carrying the soul of the Arabian Peninsula. Together, we will embark on a journey, not just through galleries, but through millennia. We will walk through deserts that have turned to gardens, listen to the whispers of ancient kingdoms, and witness the dawn of a faith that changed the world. Prepare to step across the threshold of time into the epic story of Arabia. Our journey begins where all stories do, at the very beginning. We enter the Hall of Man and the Universe. Here, under a canopy of cosmic wonder, we contemplate the grand tapestry of creation. The Quranic verses etched into the walls speak of a universe brought into being, of heavens and earth formed from a singular point. Imagine the primordial forces at play, shaping the very land beneath our feet. Look around you. The earth itself tells a story. Here are the geological marvels of the Arabian Peninsula, a land of stark beauty and profound age. Feel the silent power of the Tuwaiq mountain range, that great escarpment stretching like a spine across the desert, a silent witness to eons of change. The rock formations here are not just stone. They are the pages of Earth's diary, and this land was once alive with creatures of colossal scale. Gaze upon the fossilized remains of the mastodon, a giant that roamed these plains millions of years ago, when the climate was lush and the rivers flowed freely. Can you hear the echo of its heavy footfalls? And look up to the heavens. Suspended before you are fragments of the cosmos itself, meteorites that fell from the sky, carrying with them the secrets of distant stars. They are celestial messengers, reminders that we are part of something infinitely vast, a universe of breathtaking wonder. This hall is a meditation on our place in the cosmos, a humbling prelude to the human story that is about to unfold. From the cosmic dawn, we now step into the era of human civilization. Welcome to the Hall of the Arab Kingdoms. The air here is thick with the legacy of forgotten empires and bustling trade routes that once crisscrossed this vast peninsula. We are walking through the corridors of memory, where great civilizations rose from the sand. Feel the coastal breeze of Dilmun, an ancient paradise of trade and prosperity that flourished on the shores of the Arabian Gulf. Their merchants sailed the seas, connecting Mesopotamia with the Indus Valley. The pearls they harvested were not just gems, but symbols of a sophisticated culture. Look at the intricate pottery before you, each piece a testament to their artistry, their surfaces telling tales of daily life, of fishing and feasting. Then we journey to the land of Midian in the northwest. Imagine the caravans of camels, laden with spices and precious goods, traversing the arid landscapes. The Midianites were masters of the desert, their knowledge of the stars and the terrain unparalleled. The jewelry displayed here, delicate and ornate, whispers of a people who found beauty in the harshest of environments. And then we arrive at the breathtaking legacy of the Nabateans. Think of Petra, their rock-hewn capital, but know that their influence stretched deep into Arabia. They were not just stone carvers, they were engineers, merchants, and diplomats. The fragments of murals you see, with their faded yet vibrant colors, depict scenes of banquets and processions, a glimpse into a world of opulence and power. These kingdoms, though long gone, laid the foundations for what was to come. They are the deep roots of the Arabian story, a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. We now walk into a time of transition, a period of vibrant life and profound searching. This is the hall of the pre-Islamic era, known as Jahiliyyah. This term, often translated as the Age of Ignorance, belies the rich and complex tapestry of culture that thrived here. It was an age of poets and traders, of fierce tribal loyalties and bustling desert cities. Close your eyes and imagine the scent of frankincense and myrrh hanging in the air. You are standing on the Incense Road, the legendary trade route that was the lifeblood of ancient Arabia. For centuries, caravans journeyed from the southern coasts, carrying these precious resins to the great empires of Rome, Persia, and Egypt. This trade brought not just wealth, but also ideas, cultures, and languages, turning the peninsula into a crossroads of the ancient world. At the heart of this network was the city of Maktab. It was more than just a trading hub. It was a spiritual center, home to the Kaaba, drawing pilgrims from across the peninsula. Picture the energy of its traditional markets. The souks hear the cacophony of voices haggling over spices, textiles, and livestock. See the storytellers captivating crowds with epic poems of heroism and love. Life was raw, passionate, and poetic. The artifacts, hear the tools, the weapons, the simple household items, paint a picture of a society deeply connected to its environment, governed by ancient traditions and a profound sense of honor. This was the world into which a new light was about to shine, a world poised on the brink of a spiritual revolution that would forever alter the course of history. We now cross a sacred threshold into a hall where the very air seems to hum with reverence. This is the hall of the Prophet's mission. Here, the story of Arabia, and indeed the world, takes a pivotal turn. We journey back to the 7th century, to the city of Mecca, to witness the birth of Islam. Our story begins in the stillness of the cave of Hira, on a mountain overlooking the city. It was here that a merchant known for his integrity, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, sought solitude and contemplation, and it was here, during the month of Ramadan, that he received the first divine revelation through the angel Gabriel. The words, Iqra, meaning read, echoed through the quiet cave, marking the beginning of a prophetic mission that would unite a people and inspire a global civilization. Follow the narrative as it unfolds. Witness the early years in Mecca, a time of struggle and persecution as the Prophet and his small group of followers proclaimed the message of monotheism, the belief in one God in a society steeped in polytheism. Feel the weight of their conviction, their unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Then, the journey continues with the Hijra, the migration to the city of Medina. This was not an escape, but a strategic move that marked the establishment of the first Muslim community, the Ummah, in Medina. A constitution was drafted, a society was built on principles of justice, compassion, and unity. Before you lie treasures that connect us directly to this foundational period. Look closely at the manuscripts of the Quran, some dating back nearly 500 years. The elegant calligraphy, penned with meticulous care, is more than just writing. It is an act of devotion. Each stroke preserves the divine words that have guided billions of lives. This hall is not just a historical account. It is an invitation to understand the spiritual heart of Islam, the profound message of peace, submission, and divine mercy that began with one man in a lonely cave and grew to embrace the world. From the dawn of faith, we now move into an age of enlightenment and expansion. Welcome to the Hall of Islam and the Arabian Peninsula. This gallery illuminates how the message that began in Makkah and Medina radiated outwards, not just as a faith, but as a catalyst for one of the most brilliant intellectual flowerings in human history. As Islam spread across the peninsula and beyond, it unified diverse tribes under a common purpose and a shared belief. But this unity was not just political, it was intellectual. The early Islamic civilization embraced knowledge with an insatiable curiosity. guided by the Quranic emphasis on learning and reflection. The Prophet's saying, "Seek knowledge even unto China," became a guiding principle. Here, we celebrate the golden age of Arab scholars. Gaze upon the replicas of astrolabes, intricate devices that allowed astronomers to map the stars with astonishing accuracy. They were not just navigating the deserts, but the heavens themselves. Arab mathematicians developed algebra, a new language to describe the patterns of the universe. The concept of zero, adopted from India, revolutionized calculation and paved the way for modern science. In the field of medicine, scholars like Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, wrote encyclopedias that became standard medical textbooks in Europe for centuries. They established hospitals that were models of patient care and hygiene. They performed complex surgeries and understood the importance of a holistic approach to health. The translations of Greek, Persian, and Indian texts into Arabic preserved ancient wisdom that might otherwise have been lost, and upon this foundation, they built a new edifice of scientific discovery. This hall is a powerful reminder that faith and reason are not adversaries, but partners in the human quest for understanding. It showcases a legacy of innovation that enriched the entire world, a testament to a civilization that looked at the universe with eyes of both faith and wonder. Our journey through time now brings us closer to the modern era, to the very origins of the nation we stand in today. We enter the halls dedicated to the Saudi states and the unification, a story of resilience, vision, and the forging of a kingdom. We begin with the first Saudi state. Born in the mid-18th century from an alliance between the religious reformer Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab and the local ruler Muhammad ibn Saud. From their base in Diriyah, they established a state founded on principles of purified Islamic belief and unified governance. Imagine the mud-brick palaces of Diriyah, a testament to their ambition and faith. This period laid the ideological groundwork for the future kingdom. Though the first state eventually fell, the idea of a unified Arabia did not die. We then move to the story of the second Saudi state. This was a period of struggle and revival, as the Al Saud family fought to reclaim their ancestral homeland and re-establish their rule from Riyadh. It was a time that tested the resolve of its leaders and the loyalty of its people. The story culminates here in the early 20th century, with the legendary figure of King Abdulaziz Al Saud. This section of the museum pulses with the energy of his audacious quest. Picture a young Abdulaziz and his small band of followers embarking on a daring raid to recapture Riyadh in 1902. This singular act of bravery set in motion a 30-year campaign to unite the disparate regions of the peninsula. Walk through the recreated spaces, touch the restored walls of old homes, and feel the spirit of that time. The artifacts, hear the weapons, the flags, the personal effects of the king are not just objects. They are relics of a nation's birth. You can almost hear the echoes of council meetings, the clatter of swords, and the determined footsteps of a leader who turned a fragmented land of tribes into the unified kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is a story of how a dream, forged in the desert, became a powerful and enduring reality. We have traveled through time, through empires and epochs, and now we arrive at the spiritual heart of the journey. This is the hall of the Hajj and the two holy mosques. The atmosphere here changes. It becomes one of profound peace and devotion, reflecting the significance of a pilgrimage that has drawn the faithful for over 14 centuries. The Hajj, the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is a spiritual journey that every able-bodied Muslim strives to make at least once in their lifetime. Look at the displays that depict this incredible gathering of humanity. Millions of people from every corner of the globe, from every race and nationality, stand shoulder to shoulder, clad in simple white garments that erase all distinctions of wealth and status. They are united in a single purpose: to answer the call of God. It is a powerful symbol of equality and universal brotherhood. Our focus then turns to the custodians of this sacred rite, the two holy mosques. Here you will see the history of the Grand Mosque, Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, which houses the Kaaba, the black, cube-shaped structure towards which Muslims all over the world orient their prayers. See how it has expanded over the centuries, from a simple open area to the magnificent complex it is today, built to accommodate millions of worshippers. Then we journey to the Prophet's Mosque, Masjid an-Nabawi, in Medina. This was the mosque built by the Prophet Muhammad himself upon his arrival in the city. It is his final resting place. The models and photographs show its own beautiful evolution, with its iconic green dome becoming a beacon of hope and tranquility for all who visit. This hall is more than a historical overview. It is an immersion into the soul of Islamic worship, a testament to the enduring power of faith that continues to draw hearts together in the sacred land of Arabia. Our long walk through the corridors of time is drawing to a close. We have journeyed from the birth of the cosmos to the dawn of civilization, from the rise of faith to the founding of a modern kingdom. We have stood in the silence of the pre-Islamic desert and felt the vibrant pulse of the Hajj. This museum is not just a collection of artifacts behind glass. It is the memory of a nation, captured and preserved. Each gallery is a chapter, each object a word in a grand, sprawling poem about the Arabian Peninsula and its people. It tells a story of resilience, of faith, of innovation, and of unity. As you step back out into the light of modern Riyadh, carry these stories with you. The National Museum of Saudi Arabia is a custodian of a rich and profound past, but it is also a beacon for the future. It reminds us that to know where we are going, we must first understand where we have come from. The whispers of history that you have heard today will echo long after you leave, a timeless melody of the human spirit. Thank you for joining this journey. May the stories of this land inspire your own.